strategy is it's probably not going to. So if we go hard and fast for a defined period of time, the problem with that is it's hard to find people you even want to do 2 dates with, much less 2 years with, and you're just going to end up with these huge gaps of nobody.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, and then after,
but isn't that what you do?
No, I
try to go hard and fast for a night.
She goes on a lot of dates.
I go on a lot of dates. So I never went on dates in my 20s or 30s. Now I'm going on dates. I was busy raising a child and putting myself through college.
You can do both. Lots of single moms.
I didn't have any time. Well, I was too busy building an empire.
Okay. No. If you need an empire, you don't need a rich guy. You need a farm guy.
No farm guy.
Okay.
But no, I don't believe in that. I truly believe that you can find somebody that you can fall in love with. I don't believe I found that person yet.
But you're still hopeful.
Yeah.
So you hope to walk out here, bump into somebody, and spend 50 years together.
Correct.
I believe that too. I hope for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree with that too. Find me somebody.
So her idea.
Find me somebody.
So Margarita, I understand what you're saying, and if you line them up like you say, like we're done next, and then you start the next one. The problem is it's so hard to find somebody to have an amazing 2 weeks with, much less 2 years with. Correct. You couldn't actually pull this off. So this is just a theory that you're trying to. You have a much better shot of finding a 2-year relationship that you can turn into 50 than finding 25 2-year relationships that are all great.
And what if after 2 years you're like, yeah, no kidding. What if after 2 years you're like, oh, but I really like him. I don't want this to end.
Yeah, no, you should have the option to renew. She thinks,
men are not car leases. I mean,
sometimes.
I like the thinking out of the box, and I do like that you believe being with one person versus dating, 50 guys in a night.
It's exhausting.
Is good. Sounds exhausting, but I agree with the thinking, but the execution of that it won't happen.
No,
it won't happen. All right, the next one is Annabeth in Louisville. Do you know how to pronounce the capital of Kentucky?
Louisville.
Frankfurt.
Oh, come on. That was a trick question. Oh, my God. Come on. I knew that. That was a trick question. That's funny. That was good. That was good.
All right. Annabeth in Louisville. You guys are so right about the men. They have totally lost their balls. I'm not disputing that. But how many women out there are actually taking glee in that and enjoying it rather than wondering how it is hurting our collective dating lives? They are cutting off the balls to spite their face rather than trying to figure out how to get things back in alignment that will work for all of us, especially me. Do you get pleasure out of fucking with these guys and rejecting guys and having guys chase you?
I don't care. I mean,
you have to care in some way.
If I don't like them, I'm done.
I know that, but do you like to be chased by people that you have no interest in?
No, I like to be chased, yes. Yes.
By people you're not interested in?
No, because I usually just cut it off. Okay. I block them.
I know, you're cutting what off? I've the great listeners know that I think men do not like to chase, men like to pursue. And there's a difference. Chase is chasing a moving target that keeps changing. Pursue is, here's the bar. If you jump this high, you will get the cheese, so to speak. It's going with passion and purpose.
I
towards
do like a man that
outcome.
pursues me.
Oh, I would love to be pursued
Do you
more.
get a kick out of that guy was such a cocky fuck and I rejected him? Do you like that? Or this guy has no shot, I'm going to play? I mean, there's a lot of game playing on both sides.
No, if they have no shot, I'm done. I'm like last night.
When do you determine they have no shot?
Pretty quick.
Well, you see the checkbook? I mean, the balance?
Like, I was interested in getting to know Jonathan, and then when I saw him making out with somebody last night, I'm like,
that's probably
he's out.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Probably a deal breaker.
Correct.
Yeah.
But what she's bringing up, the women have liked emasculating the men because it was like heel boy. The men were out of control for a long, long time. I get that. And a lot of the men, though, have been like, I don't know how to quite get it back. What she's saying is the women can create more of an environment where confidence can flourish from more of the men. So you don't just have these super alpha guys as the only ones left in the pool, that there's another percentage of men who can be confident.
Beta guys?
Not necessarily the beta guys, but sort of what I call alpha minus, There's
minus.
there's another
That's outstanding.
There's another percentage of men who can be confident if there was an environment where confidence can flourish. So you don't have to go up to them, but you have to be a little more approachable. You do not seem like the most approachable fish in the sea. You've not taken your dark glasses off since you walked in here. You know, you are
So
like
great.
you walk. You do have a little bit of I'm hot, fuck off.
Correct.
That is not exact. That's going to eliminate guys that could be wealthy enough to talk to you, and they're just going to be like, she seems like a pain in the ass.
I prefer confidence. If the guy doesn't have confidence, and yes, that's where that comes into play. I will kick their balls all over the place and be like,
oh my God.
bye.
Yeah, but you seem to derive pleasure from that.
No, I'm just like, what? Why? Go get help and get confidence. I don't know.
I know, but you don't think there's anything you can do that makes the pool of confidence grow?
They need a therapist. No.
Oh my God.
What do I give off? I'm curious. You like, she's got this.
Smiley, fun,
that's
playful.
good.
Like it's a really good. You don't see any appeal in her approach, in Michelle's approach?
No.
What approach? What approach?
Well, your approach is like approach me. You're more approachable. So I'm not saying somebody's going to prefer one over the other. I'm saying you're going to get more opportunities. You're saying
Correct.
the opportunity she's getting, I have no interest in.
I have no interest.
Yeah, that's true. Her and I have very different tastes. In
No
men.
interest.
That's what's so entertaining. I love going out with her because she's so different from me that I just
interest.
giggle all night because I'm like,
Like she's
so
here
different.
because I set her up with my neighbor, a
That's
guy.
true. Yeah.
And then she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm hanging out with my buds.
With my
Really?
boys.
With my boys.
So
No interest in that.
I've said that for years, men were shooting at a 10-foot basket to get into your world. And sometime in the last 10 or 20 years, we had to shoot at a 12-foot basket to get into your world because you need us less. I'm saying, can't we make it an 11-foot basket? Can't the women say, all right, we made it too high a bar. Let's bring it back not to what it was and just say, all right, it's 11-foot basket. We're going to dial it back a bit, take a half step back towards the men. The men need to take a full step back towards the women.
Yeah.
Won't that be better?
Yeah, and you know what? In my opinion, now this is what has really driven me crazy lately is that men nowadays, especially as you get older, like I'm 39, right? So now dating men in like their 40s and 50s, there's just a lot more brokenness and baggage within them because they've been so damaged. And it sucks because I can meet a guy that's like so amazing, but they just can't get over the bullshit that their exes have put them through. So I hate women that are super mean to men because it makes it harder for the rest of us that
you're
are not
saving a little
mean.
trouble for the next girl.
Yeah,
you're not.
right. Like, and oh my God, like
there are a lot of broken men out there.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
and
broken women
a
out
lot
there.
of
it
broken
sucks
women,
because-
too.
Yeah.
But I think women bounce back easier than men. I think men's egos are much more
I
fragile.
agree. They internalize it. They don't share
And they
it.
don't get over
They don't have
it.
a
And
circle
like,
of friends.
yeah, like a woman, women will be like, "Oh my God, I'm going out with my girlfriends tonight. This guy did this. What a
Yeah.
piece of shit." And
And-
all your girlfriends are like, "Yeah, girl, you're
Right.
better than him."
The women rally
and guys
around.
are like, "Let's go get drunk and not talk about our feelings."
Well,
and it's
a
like,
guy.
It's
You
very
see
true.
a guy. I've seen guys with that look in their eye that had like an engagement called off on them, and guys scatter. I'm like, I don't want to be near. It's it's tragic.
And it sucks
Men
because I'm like, but
feel
you're
it
a good
deeper.
guy.
I know.
Get over it.
I think the men feel it
There's great women
deeper.
out there. There really is great women out there.
There is.
And,
Yeah, there
and it's
are.
hard that they won't let us in.
But do you agree that you would make your dating life would be better if you dialed it back
Yes.
a hair? Yes.
I'm
Okay.
seeing this right now.
I always
Okay.
tell her,
See?
my biggest critique to
Yeah.
her as her friend.
Dial it back
No.
a hair.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
biggest critique to her as her friend is that you've got to let them in.
Yeah.
She's got to
So-
let them
Give 'em a shot.
in.
I am dating one guy, Tony, that I do like.
super nice.
Super nice.
But
I need to let him in.
yeah,
need to
give
let
him
him in.
a little bit. See, with some progress here at the Creek. All right, last one. This is from Jaden via our Facebook page. Brian, I appreciate. Oh God, this one. Brian, I appreciate you speaking up for the little guy for so many years, and by that I mean the actual little guy. I'm a shade under 5'6", but here's the problem: every time I try and show some
Michelle wants
confidence
you.
and speak my mind and be the aggressor, I get dismissed as having a Napoleon complex. I know that you say everything should be a little impish, and I think you said smirky, but when you were on the shorter side, that comes off as creepy. That's what my friend Lila told me. How can we have a one-size-fits-all approach to this, so to speak, because what works for the tall guy doesn't always work for me? So we talked about this a little bit
did.
previously. I am very, very sympathetic to the plight of the under 5'9" man. I don't think it's fair. I don't think they get a shot. I was a short guy when I was in high school. I looked into that abyss. No offense to anybody. Women are openly dismissive of men that are not as tall as them. You're very tall, Michelle.
Yeah, I'm 5'9".
I get you want to feel a certain way. I get they want a certain way, but he's right. So him to be super aggressive and whatever comes off as he's compensating. And that's a challenge for him too. The perception, he might not be, but there is that perception. What advice do you give those guys besides stand on your wallet?
No, he's right.
Stand on your wallet.
Give me your wallet.
He is right. He is right.
He's completely correct. I'm on dating sites. I don't say yes or swipe right to guys that are not 5'9" or taller.
Really? But you're 5'3", right?
I want to be tossed around.
This is what
I know.
This is what pisses me off. Save the tall ones for us tall women. I hate it when you see like a 6'5" guy and his wife's like 5 feet tall.
But as I told you, the way you want to feel like a tall, he wants to feel like a tall guy.
I know.
And the 5'9" girl with heels, the 6'1", 6'2" guy doesn't feel like a tall guy anymore. Do you know what percentage of guys are 6'2"?
Like not a lot.
Do you have a guess?
I don't know.
like 10%?
7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Only 1 in 7 guys is even 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of women think every guy's 6 feet tall. You know where they're all 6 feet tall? Minnesota. They're all like tall
I
bunion
do
guys.
like a tall Midwest boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. So
Or just a tall guy in general.
You have to move to the farm. They got to get shit.
I met
off.
a lot of tall guys in Boston.
I told you there's 5 good-looking single men in all of agriculture. I don't have to date in agriculture.
You
I
don't.
would prefer it.
Why?
Commonality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my
do you
career.
care?
Oh, I love being on the farm. Well,
You can be on the farm, and can't he be a corporate lawyer?
Yeah, but will he feed my goats when I'm out of town?
Why can't you? He can pay somebody to feed your goats.
Okay, fair. All right.
Is goats agriculture?
Oh, well, I would love to have
does a
goats
goat
and
do?
sheep.
Don't they just eat grass?
They eat weeds. So I live on 17
Oh,
acres.
they eat weeds.
Yeah, they will make your weeds. It's called silvopasture. It's like the art of grazing goats and sheep in between trees. I've got a lot of trees on my property. I live on 17 acres.
Horses don't eat what you think they would eat. Like even a top racehorse, you figure they would be eating some meat. They just eat hay. Like a Kentucky Derby winner is like, oh, is that what he's eating?
Yeah, well, and like some grains and stuff.
Yeah, but they're not eating anything good.
Yeah. What do you want them to eat? Friggin'
Something
pizza?
with flavor.
You want to feed your horse pizza?
Well, they
and watch
do
him
like
win the
the
Derby?
mint. When you give the horse the little mint, they like it. So I'm like, oh, I bet they would like some cheesecake.
They probably would.
They probably can't eat cheesecake.
Probably
right?
not.
Probably lactose intolerant. But back to the point. Have
point.
you, in many of the many men you have dated, have any of them been your height?
Well, Tony's like my height.
Tony's not that short. No, Tony's what, like 5'7"?
Yeah, that's kind of short for me.
Right.
Yeah.
But you gave him a shot.
Oh, he's a nice guy. I hope you end up with him.
Okay, Tony. It's possible.
It is possible.
Here's my answer
what
to
it
all
is?
of the women.
Just
Go out
be
with
nice.
them once and find out how you feel around them. You will forget and you will not notice nearly as quickly as you think you were, whether they're tall or short or whatever. It's how they make you feel. And
Yeah.
if he makes you feel a certain way, we've mentioned the woman on this show before where she came to our show in Los Angeles and she said her husband was 5'5", and her ex-husband, and a woman said, oh my God, how did that happen? And she said, by the time I saw him standing up, I was already in love with him. Aww. Same thing. He made her feel a certain way. And Jaden, you can make women feel a certain way. Who gives a shit if people say that you have a Napoleon complex? The right woman will appreciate your smirky charm and your confidence and just go for it.
It goes back to being
I
nice.
used to produce a show in Las Vegas called Little Legends, and it was little people impersonators, singers. Oh. So we had like Mini Britney, we had Mini
my
Vanilli,
gosh.
like
That's
Little
funny.
Elvis. And these guys, they were all cocky fuckers because they're like, listen, I'm not really going to be tall enough anyway for anybody.
Yeah.
So once you take that off the table about will I be tall enough, they're like, I'm short and I'm going to have somebody who likes this or was accepting of it. They took home the tallest girls I've ever seen
I
every
believe
night.
it. You know
Yeah.
what? It's kind of like sometimes really, really heavy set guys can be like have the sweetest personality. You're just drawn to them.
Mini-Me. Remember
because
Mini-Me?
they're so confident. Confidence is so important.
Didn't I bring
Mini-Me
that up?
had sex with
Confidence.
3 playmates that I know of. Mini-Me.
Wow.
Fern Troyer, yeah, he did.
How
that I
fucked
know
up
of.
were they?
I don't know, because he went for it.
How
And
many-
they're like, he's like, I can do things and make
Did
you
she
feel
remember
good.
it or?
Hey, I don't know. They
Does
gave
she
him-
have 7 orgasms?
maybe he's got some skill set. I don't know, and things were out of proportion. I don't know, but it worked.
I don't know.